Hi guys, Josh. Hell, what a week. What a change in a week. Last time I recorded, I was telling you that we still hadn't gotten snow, and here, a week later, whole lot of snow. Hey. Couple of things here. I am doing this literally the day before opening shotgun, and I'm breaking one of my own rules. I am wearing brown, and I hate doing that. Today is literally just going to be a quick push through, grab cameras, and get the hell out. Check one spot. But really, I don't see much. See a little bit of tracks. Weather guys are saying another little quick hitter coming through tomorrow. Potential to drop, I've heard anywhere 2 to 8 inches. So that's a boot. There's a lot of chances of snow between now and next weekend when I get to go do my hunting. So this will actually help a lot, but I don't want a whole hell of a lot more. So this is about as much as I want. Truthfully, not looking to flush anybody or anything today. If I really wanted to, my one trail camera is right up that hill and about 20 feet on the other side. Truthfully, I just don't like walking through some of this taller stuff. So, we'll walk it the long way. I have no problems with that. And right now, you'll notice today I don't have face covering on. I do have my orange hat. And I'm trying to be very aware of any potential hunters. I mean, this is what we're looking at, and it is gorgeous out here today. This is where those hundreds and hundreds of hours out in the woods help. Deer, for sure. Let me see it. See if I quit kicking snow into a track here. Definitely a deer run. Here we go. Right here, you see the 2 points that way. Deer walking up the same way I'm headed now. So we'll see. Might not be anything. If it's not, great. If it's something, better. And you see just all this traffic. And it helps when you have 3-4 inches of snow to sitting on the ground. It'll help. It just helps things pop a lot easier. Okay. All right, we are officially in the South Bowl here. And there's a lot of foot traffic, which is fine. It's public land. I have no problem with there being foot traffic. But I want to sit here for a second. Up here in just a minute. Because I kind of got game plan locked down for the most part, depending on what happens in the next week or so. But usually we have winds coming up the west-northwest. That'd be that way, right across that. All this open grass. That's usually the wind path. First place is tree line about where my finger points. There's a little divot. It's a little bit back to the east of that divot, but that's just a quick, easy reference point. I'm calling that my point 2 if we're getting a west or even slightly southwest breeze. That might be the point I come to. But kind of where I'm thinking, at least on this South Bowl, that I want to sit. Is right up over this hill. I'll show you here in a second. But remember how thick and hard to see through all this backside was before the snow hit. Now that the snow's here, you can see a lot of what I was saying. A lot of stuff just easy to see through once you got a little bit of weight to it. It's a walk. So, but rough game plan. And truthfully, I'm kind of half shocked we're not seeing the deer yet. But the south side is more runway, run-throughs, not as much stick around. But rough game plan is up on this little knobby hill. I want to be able to see down in here. I mean, just look at it, you can see all the different foot traffic. Right, there's a spot. Right up here's my camera. And you can see, just following tracks, there's a lot of traffic around that camera. But here's also why I can pick right here. Open water's right there. You can see the water line really clear. It's deer slug shot. No problem. Might be a deer sitting just on the other side of that little hill about 10 feet back into those woods. This is just showing really just how well traveled this area is. And I mean, here, now you can see my steps going back here for a minute. I mean, there's a good 3-4 inches of snow on the ground. Truthfully, what I'm thinking, just under the peak of that hill, but I want to be able to see back and see off to this side. That is likely one of the spots I'm gonna sit, just based on all this traffic. There's so much foot traffic through here, animal foot traffic through here, and human. To me, that is just a screaming. But and I posted on my ex yesterday, this morning, can't remember, that I had been running a bipod on my deer gun all summer, but that I was debating it flipping over for a sling. And this is why. I mean, 8-9 inches of snow sitting here now, after it's had several days in the sun. This is probably the warmest it's been all week, and I don't think it hit 35. But this is kind of what we're looking for. And this is kind of, well, not kind of, this is what made me change and go sling and a shooting stick. Not a whole lot of snow, but just enough where if I'm going to lay down, it's going to get miserable. Notice today's not really a rush day. We're not pushing hard by any means. What we're gonna do instead is just kind of, and we're pushing. We want to get in, get out before the sun gets down, because there's a couple spots on the driveway that are a little iffy. I threw it in 4-wheel drive. But really, we want to try and be decent stewards for the guys going tomorrow. There is a winter storm watch rolling in. Well, from now technically till Sunday morning, 6 a.m. Nothing down there, but something to keep an eye on. And just as we're going here, keeping our eyes open. But winter storm. Yeah. Winter storm advisory now through 6 a.m. Sunday. Essentially, that's going to wipe out a lot of guys' first day of Deer 1. What I could see it doing, because it's pushed guys to do it a lot in the years past. There's a lot of guys will end up pushing and going second season. I know quite a few guys that took last year off that came back this year. So, I don't know. Weather sometimes plays a huge part. Sometimes it's just, truthfully, a lot of times it's because guys are lazy. Alright. This north side is kind of a side I think is actually going to pop more. But at the same time, I think more guys could be out this way. Just taking a breather. All we're doing is we're pushing, constantly keeping our eyes open. Not only for this year, but we're starting to make an index of ideas for next year. Where are things sitting? Where are things moving at? Where do we see potential angles? But on this north side, there's really and truly only one spot I'm thinking. And it's where we put the last set of cameras. And I'll show you why here, and it may still be subject to change a little bit. If you hear it, there's still running water. That ice, that river, that creek line iced up, but it's not deep ice. So, we're gonna kind of keep eyes open here. And you see right where the end of the state line is there. Everything to north of it, this is all public land. This is all public use. But I essentially draw a straight line from that, where you saw those green signs. And that's private use for about 5 acres. But I mean, I told you once we got a little bit of snow on the ground, this was going to be a lot easier to see through. Just looking back here, you can see all kinds of foot traffic. The only real problem with me sitting there is that I don't see very well into this back into this bowl. So a lot of it is going to depend where the weather sits, where the wind sits. Where, if we get the 8 inches they're talking about, it comes in. See, something was right here pawing at the ground and trying to get some of the grass up. There's a lot of stuff pawing right up here. In fact, I can tell you what it was. It was deer pawing right there. That's deer poop. So what that tells me, right up in here is one hell of a little area to sit, because there's a lot of deer traffic. But I also want to look at times and see what times they're coming out. Alright. This camera really shows the uniqueness of some of this. Everyone else says 3 to 4 foot high. That's my 6 foot high camera. If you remember, earlier in the year, little bed spot right there. Earlier in the year, we couldn't hardly see out this. But now, I mean, it's wide open. So, very likely I end up setting up here. Most likely, at least my initial thought is sit over on that other bank. Sorry, camera issues. Initial thought is set up about where that double tree is. Be about right there, roughly. Or maybe even up here just a little bit. I want to watch all that creek line, all of this, because there's another little bed area right there. Bedder's great. But I want to see all of this, and I still want to be able to look deeper down this bowl if I need to. I mean, just watching the tracks here, there's a lot of deer traffic. A whole lot of deer traffic. So, and I bet 80% of this is deer traffic. Most of the guys will have pulled off for a day or two. I meant to do this yesterday, but truthfully, I just got busy. But if I don't set up there, I want to be able to set up somewhere in here where I can cover this whole bowl and then look down into here a ways. Because just from all that foot traffic, You can see there's a lot of movement down that end. This end, not as much from the looks of it, but this has also got a little higher grass, so that grass may be covering some of what I'm looking at too. But we'll have to see here. Still see a little bit of foot traffic up here. And really, guys, that's it. That's all I got for you. So, I don't know. Next episode will be hunting. It may end up being 2 episodes, potentially. Just, it depends how long the hunt takes and if I get lucky. And truthfully, if I go out every day. I know they're talking some weather next weekend, which would be opening weekend for me. That it ain't great, but it ain't gonna shut me down hunting. So and just showing you some of this. Those 2 tracks are mine up there, but then this one from earlier was here before and another person's walked through it. I'm guessing that was either first thing this morning or a day or 2 ago. There's no written law that shuts guys down from pheasant hunting during deer season. It's just kind of always been an unspoken agreement, and especially the last decade or so since Iowa went to rifles during deer season. If where most pheasant hunters will give us the room. They know our season is very, very short. And it's just kind of an unspoken agreement between pheasant hunters, deer hunters, and even deer hunters. We try to give each other plenty of room. Tell you what, you come out and do this for a week with me, your legs will be on fire by the end of every day. And it don't look like much, but it's enough. It burns your legs by the end of it. But yeah, kind of an unspoken agreement between pheasant hunters, deer hunters, and then kind of a really unspoken bond between deer bed right there, deer scrape, big old scrape. A really big unspoken bond between deer hunters. We're gonna give each other room. We're gonna give each other a lot of room. One of those we both may set up. I set up last year on one side of a field. Guy and his 2 kids set up farther down, quarter mile. So you just kind of work with each other, give each other room. Be safe. For all of you guys out there deer hunting, be safe. Please be safe. I don't want to hear news articles somebody got shot. Check your equipment. Check it consistently. Big old scrape right there. Other than that, guys, I love y'all. Take care, take it easy. Shoot straight and hope you get the big one you're looking at. Talk to you later.